Hey guys, welcome back to this Python for Beginners tutorial, and in this video we will actually create our first game of rock, paper, scissors in Python. Now we have already learned all that we need to create this game, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so this game's logic is actually quite simple. So basically we're going to get the user's choice and then have the computer generate a random choice of their hand, either rock, paper, scissors, and then check for the winner between the two. So first we'll need to make a function that gets the user's choice. So let's define a function called get user choice. And then like I said, we need to get a random choice from the computer. So let's make a function called get computer choice. And then lastly, let's make a function called check winner to check who is the winner between the two players. Okay, so now that we got all the functions that we need for this program or game, let's actually start coding in these functions. So in the get user choice, we need to use the input function that we learned to get the user's choice. So basically what we'll do is we'll set a variable called choice, and then set that to the input from the user, and then ask them if they want rock, paper, or scissors, like that. Okay, and after that we will just return the choice back to us. So this is a pretty simple function. Okay, next we will need to make the get computer choice function. And to do that, instead of asking the user for input like before, we're actually going to use the random module to generate a random choice for the computer. So first we need to import the random module. So import random, and then here for the choice, we need to do choice equals random dot choice. Then inside here, let's give a list of all the possible choices. So rock, paper, or scissors. Okay, so we got that, and after that, let's just print out what the computer chose to the console so the user can actually see what the computer chose. Okay, and then lastly, let's just return the choice, just like the previous function. Now we are ready to implement the last function for our game, and that is the check winner function. So to do that, we're actually going to have to take two parameters, which are the user's choice and also the computer's choice. So then we can actually compare the two in this function. And how this works is that we're going to use a bunch of if statements to check for all the cases. For example, if the user chose rock and the computer chose paper, then the computer won, and we will print that out to the console. So let's start coding this. So first of all, let's check if they tied, if both of them, for example, chose rock. So to do that, let's use an if statement saying that if user choice is equals to the computer choice, means that if they are the same, then obviously, of course, then they tied. So then we're just going to print tied, just like that. Okay, next let's go through each of the user choices. So if user choice equals to rock, and then let's do that for all three, for paper and scissors. So elif user choice, forgot this, equals to paper, and then lastly scissors. Let's type scissors. Okay, so inside here we're going to check what the computer chose. So inside here we're going to check if computer choice equal to paper, then of course computer won. So we're going to print computer wins. And then we're going to do it if computer chose scissors instead. And in this case, the player wins. And let's just change this to an else if. Okay, so now let's copy and paste this into the other two and just change the values for rock, paper, scissors. So if user choice equals to paper and computer choice is equal to rock, then the player wins. So the user or the player wins. And then if the computer choice is equals to scissors, then the computer wins. Okay, so lastly, we just need to change this to rock, and then paper here. So in this case, if the computer chose rock and the player chose scissors, then the computer wins. And then if the computer chose paper, then the player wins. Okay, cool. So we have everything for the check winner function, and yeah. So I know we haven't seen anything like this before where we have if statements inside of if statements. And what this is called is, it's called nested if statements. It goes through this if statement first, and if this is true, then it will execute the code inside. So if this is true, then it will go to check this if statement. And so if this is false, then it goes to the next else statement, and if this is true, then it goes inside this if statement. So that's basically how it works for all of these. Okay, great. Now we got all of our three functions. So now it's time to put the whole game together using all the functions that we created. So first, let's call the get user choice function. So get user choice. And then let's call the get computer choice function. And actually, let's store all the values returned to separate variables. So for the get user choice, let's store this to a variable called user choice. And then let's store this into a variable called computer choice. Great, so now we got our variables user choice and computer choice. So let's put these two variables into the check winner function. So user choice and the computer choice. Alright, so now if we run our code, this should all work by now. Okay, so we'll ask rock, paper, scissors. Let's do rock. And we get a tie. So we know that's working. Let's run it again. Let's do paper this time. And player wins. So that's working. Let's run again. Let's do scissors. And it's a tie. And I just want to check if the computer can actually win. So let's play until the computer wins. Paper, it's a tie. Hopefully this time maybe. Nope. And then paper again. And see, the computer wins. So now we know that everything is working properly. And just to make this game a little bit better as it prints to the console, instead of just printing the choice, let's do computer chose, and then plus the choice. Okay, and here let's print please choose, just like that. So now if we run this, it should look like this. So please choose rock, paper, scissors, and then we can do rock, and then it says computer chose scissors, so the player wins since rock beats scissors. Alright, so we just successfully created our first game of rock, paper, and scissors in Python using many of the things that we learned in the previous tutorials. So I hope this process was very fun for you, and I hope you learned something today. And I just wanted you to get a sense of what we can create in Python, and I hope it inspires you to create some more projects like these in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye!